Final Fantasy XIV is an MMORPG, and I think it's shit.
What up, guys? It's your boy Illinois Valley, or should I say my Mizuhara, because in Final Fantasy XIV everybody refers to you by your character, and I, being the ultimate weeb that I am, made myself a beautiful bunny girl. Therefore, in the game, everybody refers to me as a beautiful bunny girl. And I'm not gonna lie, that's a little awkward. Anyway, we're gonna skip all of that and maybe save that for a different video. But we're gonna talk about what the title says. We're gonna respond to steadyedyy and him calling Final Fantasy XIV shit. My first question to you, steadyedyy, is did you just become Britain's version of the angry video game nerd? Because I'm pretty sure every game you review, it's shit. And pretty much all he does is shit games. And you seem to think all games are shit. It's quite the connection there. I will not say that you don't make some valid points, however, because you do. And I will agree that the fetch quests are a little extreme. Even in early game, I found myself saying, why did I just run to see such and such when you can link shell such and such, or link pearl, or whatever they fucking call it, and waste all my fucking time running across the map when I don't even have a fucking mount yet. And I gotta run across the map to talk to this bitch, and then they're gonna link shell and be like, hey, is Mai with you? Because if Mai's with you, can you tell her this? Like, bitch, you couldn't have just done that in the beginning? You couldn't have just contacted her through your little earpiece in the beginning? But I will say this. You said something about minigames. Well, Golden Saucer unlocks at level 15. Yes, level 15. If you burn through the quest fast enough, you might even get there sooner than level 15. It depends on how you attack it. Maybe you're not attacking it correctly and not doing those fetch quests, and you're looking at maybe later in level 15, but technically level 15 is about where you unlock the Golden Saucer. And that's where all the minigames are. And I kid you not, they have plenty of them. Whether it's your taste or not, I don't know. But there you go. I'm debating that point. I don't know about the minigames because there's quite a few minigames in Final Fantasy XIV. Yes, you have to unlock them, but no, you don't need to unlock them putting in 100 or 100 plus hours. I'm pretty sure I've unlocked a lot of minigames putting in just a few hours. Just case in point was the Golden Saucer. I unlocked that at level 15. I spent quite the time in there because it is quite fun in there. I have yet to get tired of it. I do love all the little like gates that you go into, and you got like the leap of faith and the little airplane one where you're shooting the targets and you're getting all this free currency, and it's just easy currency, and the currency buys some really cool stuff in game, like some of the best dances, outfits, and cosmetics. And that's just case in point on that one. And you're just and you're saying that people that don't know Final Fantasy or don't know the MMO genre are gonna go a couple hours in and be like, no, fuck it, I don't want to play this because they're making me do all these. No, I don't know if I agree with that, because if you're going into this whole MMO thing, you've done your research. This is what MMOs do. They make you run around in the beginning to learn the landscape, learn the game, the mechanics, the skills, the NPCs, that whatever. It makes you run around to get the idea and the feel of the game. It's what they do, and if you don't like it, then maybe MMOs aren't your thing. Final Fantasy also, even the non-MMO versions of Final Fantasy also make you run around and do a lot of fetch quests. And guess what? That's part of the reason we love the game so much. That's part of the reason. Final Fantasy XIV is huge on the story, and they really want you to stick to the story. That way you don't over-level or over-progress or whatnot. So they really want you to stay linear with the storyline, because guess what? Final Fantasy is about the story. It doesn't matter which Final Fantasy you play, it is about the story, right? So back to what you were saying, is Final Fantasy XIV shit? Hey, did you get the PvP yet? Level 30 is when that unlocks. Now, when I first started Final Fantasy XIV, I'm just gonna say PvP was shit. I even made a video about it. You can go see what my initial opinions were on the game. However, 6.1 came and they made a ton of PvP changes, and now PvP is not shit. It's actually very enjoyable, and I love PvP. Yes, I miss being able to make build videos. You're not going to get that in Final Fantasy XIV, but you're going to get some fun gameplay out of it, and you're going to get hours of enjoyment, and I don't think it's gotten stale for me yet. And I know what you're saying. Well, Illy, you haven't been playing the game that long. I have got quite the hours into this game now. And I would say my Samurai's level almost 90. Oh, yeah, I'm still in Evan's War. But I love playing Samurai. And my Bard's pushing 60, and a lot of my other jobs are pushing 60 plus as well. And I've even gotten into, dare I say, crafting. And that's just parts of the game. However, if you're looking for something to do on the weekends, jump on for a couple hours on the weekends and play with your friends. Have you seen the nightclubs? Just curious. Just throwing it out there. Because have you ever played an MMO that has adapted or embraced its social community quite like Final Fantasy XIV? And I don't think you have. I know I haven't. And when I first thought to myself, oh, I'll never roleplay or go nightclubbing in a video game, that's just not for me. That can't be fun. I was wrong. I was really wrong, because I find it was very enjoyable hanging out with my friends and dancing in the club. And what can I say? I'm a role player now. What can I say? It's fun. But that's just it. Like, Final Fantasy XIV is your game. You can make it what you want. And I don't think you need to put that 100 plus hours in, but the 100 plus hours that you do put in will unlock more options to the game. And it is a MMO, so you do have to put in your time before you can get to all the end game content. However, I feel like Final Fantasy XIV does a really good job of keeping you involved before you get to that end game. Like, I'm in Heaven's War, I'm nowhere near end game, and I'm already enjoying some end game, stuff like the nightclubs and whatnot. And have you seen the bands that play on weeknights, weekends? They have bands, bro! Anyway, is Final Fantasy XIV shit? Well, if you think it's shit, and I'm not talking to just steadyedyy here, I'm talking to whoever the 18 people that are going to watch this video are. If you think it's shit, then it's shit. It's really up to you whether you like a game or not, right? If you don't like it and it's not for you, then you don't like it and it's not for you. But I don't think the game itself is shit. I think they really have a good grasp. I think the devs have listened to its community and have done what the community has asked. Like you said, even in your video, the fetch quests have been reduced because people said, hey, it's too much. And they listened. PvP needs some adjusting. It needs some love. They listened. Hey, that MSQ for your dailies, it needs to be broke up because it's too much. It's 45 minutes long and it's all cutscenes. They listened. To me, that's what makes an MMO a good experience. Is when you have people that care for the game, love the game, and make sure that the people that are playing it are enjoying it and sharing the same passion as you are. And to me, Final Fantasy XIV is excellent. I am having a ton of fun playing the game, and I think once you put some hours into it, get to learn it, learn your global cooldowns, your off global cooldowns, your cast times, whatnot, you'll get past it and you'll love it too. Alright guys, that's all I got. Peace.